Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is the show where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. I'm your host Mick, and I'm joined by Will.
Hey-o.
Landon.
Hey.
And Dave.
Hey.
You okay there, Michael? Just
No, I
got choked up a little.
I took a swig of this Powerade,
Lemon Powerade?
pomegranate tea, and I just
Powerade pomegranate tea? That sounds horrible.
it was so good, so refreshing.
Is it?
Do you remember the old Powerade bottles back in the early 2000s?
August 12th. What?
Do you remember the old Powerade bottles back in the early 2000s? Their mouthpiece was really weird. It was
it would fit perfectly in your mouth and go.
It was almost like a nipple.
What? If your nipples would look like that, you got some messed up nipples.
He's like, what? No, I was kidding.
Yeah.
Also, I was a little kid, so the bottles looked huge, but they were probably only 20-ounce bottles.
Or do you remember like the juice bottles?
What juice bottles?
You remember juice bottles?
What juice bottle? What are you talking about?
The bottles of juice.
Will's over there laughing because I'm talking about how big the bottles were. Right after talking about that they reminded me of nipples. So.
I wasn't gonna say anything because it's like let's keeping things family friendly.
The juice bottles where you'd like pry off the plastic
You twist off the little plastic top. Aren't those still a thing?
Are you talking about the applesauce or whatever?
No, it's juice.
I thought there was applesauce.
Juice bottles.
It's
What?
I think these are still a thing, but it basically looks like a glass.
I know
like
it's still a thing, but I'm assuming you don't drink them still.
No, I was explaining to Will and Landon. I know you know what it is.
Yeah, because I brought it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was explaining to Will and Landon what they are.
Well, don't look at me when you explain it.
What should I Google?
I'm on a webcam. You don't know who I'm looking at?
No, Dave, you're right here in person.
Oh, right.
Drove over from Airway Heights.
I'm getting corona from all three of you, but not Will, because he never had it.
I'm immune, so I can't get it or give it.
You're gonna get it at some point, or you already had it and you just didn't have symptoms at all, and no one ever knew.
I'm immune.
Maybe you're the one that got everyone sick, Mick.
Nope,
Yeah.
it's not possible.
Oh.
Well, okay.
Literally not possible.
Anyway, we were talking about Powerade, and it was a very important discussion, so I think we should go back to that.
Powerade is so inferior to Gatorade that it's not even cool.
I like lemon Powerade though. It brings back memories.
The one thing that Powerade had is it looked like water, so it looked like it was healthier.
What?
What do you mean it looked like water? It
I'm
was still
drinking.
colored.
I'm drinking
No.
pink Powerade.
I thought Powerade was always clear.
No.
No.
Will, you're
What am I
color.
thinking
You're
of?
colorblind.
Well,
you're
you're
colorblind,
thinking of
so-
life water? Are you thinking of life water?
Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
Are you thinking of the stuff from
Propel.
Costco?
You're thinking of Propel.
Yeah.
Yes,
Propel.
I'm thinking of Propel.
Yeah.
Oh my
This
goodness.
Propel tastes horrific. It's
Yeah.
Is that's not around anymore, is it?
I think
Propel
it
is
is.
still around, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Propel's
not as,
still
it
around.
was big for a while. Though it's not big anymore.
Okay, chill.
It's kind of a
That's
niche drink now, right now.
Did they lose whatever deal they had with Costco, and now they're not sold in 24 packs there anymore because that's why everyone had them?
Probably.
Probably, or something like that.
Were they Kirkland?
No.
Propel? No, it's a big brand something.
Yeah.
Who owns them?
All right, let's
Look
look
it
it
up.
up.
I remember. I can like somewhat distinctly remember the taste of Propel, but I can't.
Propel is a product of Gatorade and is marketed by PepsiCo.
I remember it
No
like being kind of
way.
syrupy, like the
Yeah.
texture.
Well,
Propel is
it's
your
not it's not
Gatorade.
real sugar, right? It's fake sugar, so it kind of has that nasty.
Well, everything's fake sugar.
What?
Oh.
What do you mean? No. I mean it's the
No real sugar
After the
anymore.
last sugar plants died.
it's
you
like
know.
diet. It's diet. I mean,
There were 50,000 sugar plants in this.
Now it's a ghost.
No, it's a
now it's a ghost drink.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'll drink whatever.
I prefer Gatorade. If I'm gonna have one of those, like, what's the term for them?
Sports drink?
Sports
Yeah,
drink.
sports. If I'm gonna have a sports drink
With
it's gonna be
electrolytes?
Yeah, it's gonna be Gatorade.
I like
Yeah.
Gatorade.
See, all of them
can't go
equally
wrong
give
with
me
Gatorade.
bad, like aftertaste and bad breath afterwards. So I don't care.
Really? I think certain types of flavors of Gatorade is fine. like the
What flavors do you drink?
usually the light blue one.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't
the
remember
like
what it's called.
glacier freeze, glacier
Glacier-
freeze, man.
Blue's the way, yeah.
Lemon's my favorite. I'm
Lemon
a
makes
lemon.
me
I'm a
puke.
lemon guy.
Can't do lemon.
You can't do lemon?
What? No, I think I'm allergic to lemon.
Oh, does lemon make you throw up? Or like you eat 2 lemons and your
Like
stomach hurts?
yeah. Dave, look up what's in common with a lemon and a carrot. There's gotta be
Fibers.
something in there.
They're basically the
They're
same.
healthy.
Lemonade, Carrot-Aid. What's the difference?
Imagine carrot flavored Gatorade. That'd be disgusting. That's like V8 right there. Like,
Oh.
I never
Should have had a Carrot-Aid.
I hated those commercials. Be like, oh, I ate all this. Oh, I just could have just had a V8. It's like,
Like someone comes up and like punches you in the head.
could have had a V8. It's like, no, I didn't want one because they're trash.
I don't know if I've ever actually had a V8, but I never want to.
I mean, you could have had a V8. Like,
It's marketed that the main thing is a tomato. I mean,
That's the
why would I
point.
ever want
Could've
tomato
had-
juice?
yeah. I thought it was carrot juice was the main.
It's a lot of different
Ingredient.
things.
It's
I
8.
think the original is like it's like eight.
Yeah, I
things
think that's why it's called a V8. But the thing on there the most, I feel like, is a
Vegetable
tomato, and it's red.
Yeah.
Didn't they do a combination with V8 and Budweiser or something, or Bud Light?
Oh, that
like
that
made
would
it a
be bad.
Michelada or something.
I don't
Isn't
know
that
if
what
that's
those are?
That basically is what they are, though. It's like
Yeah.
tomato juice
Yeah,
and Budweiser. I tried one of those one time. Horrific.
dude, it's puke in a
It
can.
tastes like vomit.
Yeah, it smells and tastes like it's gross.
It's salty.
But it's the healthiest breakfast you'll have.
You can have.
beer's gross
Beer and
enough
tomato
already.
juice.
I had one drink and I was like, I don't know about that. Then I had a second drink and I was like, and I poured the whole thing down the drain. I was like, yeah, I'll never again.
And then you poured yourself down the drain.
Yes.
I can imagine like a flushed away like scenario. Like,
Dude,
have you ever
great
seen
movie.
that
I've never seen it.
Great movie.
never
I
seen
just
Eyes.
scrolled past that
Oh
the
my
other
God.
day in one of my streaming apps, and I asked Brie. I said, "Hey Brie, have you seen this movie before?" Because I like the movie so much, and I was coming past it that if she hadn't seen it, I would have said, "Let's watch it right now." I mean, I was going to watch something else, some critically acclaimed HBO show, but I saw Flushed Away. That's how much of a good movie it is. It stopped
would
me in my
put that-
tracks, and I was
I would
like,
put that in the same category of animated movies as Rango,
"Rango."
which is funny because they're actually pretty similar. Their plots.
Mhm.
But yeah, those two are so good.
I don't
Such
think I
quirky, weird humor.
I don't think
too.
I understood Ringo when I first watched it.
Oh, dude, I love Rango. So good. Hans Zimmer does the score for Rango.
Wow, it's almost like you like it because
I
of
know,
Hans
right?
Zimmer.
It's weird.
Like,
I didn't know Hans Zimmer did the score, and I like that movie a lot.
Big Hans Zimmer fan.
I need to watch Flushed Away though.
You should.
I like claymation because it's freaky. So
Yeah.
I think
it's-
Wolverine.
it's-
I think Wolverine is the main
Hugh
guy,
Jackman.
isn't he? Hugh Jackman.
yeah, Hugh Jackman and then Ian McKellen's the Toad, right?
no spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh my gosh. Ian McKellen's great. Huzzah, man of quality.
I'm Charles Xavier. Would you like some breakfast? Yeah, he's such a fun character. Freaking love him.
That's probably that. Yeah, it's like I remember not liking it as a kid though. Like
Flushed Away.
Flushed
as
Away
a
or
kid-
Charles Xavier?
No, flushed away because
Was it the bald
freaked
head?
me out. It freaked me out. I think flushed away.
You were
freaked
afraid
me
to
out.
get flushed away?
Because it was a rat getting
Yeah.
flushed down the
It was a
toilet
rat
and going
getting
into
flushed down the toilet.
world.
Yeah, like that freaked me out as a kid.
You know, I don't think I was allowed to watch Flushed Away.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's
Is this going to
every
be our
single
new?
excuse.
Is this our new recurring segment?
This
What
is the
Landon was
new-
not allowed to watch when he was a
Landon
child.
was not allowed to watch.
Landon's like excuse of not allowed to watch is similar to my excuse of that I don't have Amazon.
Except for
Prime.
mine was actually probably true. and
No,
yours was,
no,
yours is just
no,
a flat
I
out
don't
lie.
have Amazon Prime.
That's funny because you do. Someone in your family has it, therefore you have access.
I'm
to
not
it.
gonna watch The Boys on my
Do you-
family's
do you-
Amazon.
Landon
pay-
has it.
Do you pay for Netflix?
No.
Do you have Netflix then?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's funny because it sounds like you're a hypocrite. You're annoying. I sent Will over Discord like a list of like 15 TV shows that he should watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
I plan on getting to a lot
what
of
did you? What was in that list? I want to know.
Let me check.
See,
Oh.
TV shows, like if I could think of one like defense for Will, TV shows are like kind of like a commitment to get into. I'm asking him to watch just 3 dang movies for like the past 6 months. He won't even watch 3 movies.
I'll watch him tomorrow. How
I
about
thought-
that?
He's over,
I-
here,
watch one
he's over here
tomorrow.
watching 5-hour.
Okay, before we
YouTube
get
videos
into
of
our
The
10-minute
Witcher
discussion of
2
John
or
Wick,
something.
I thought you guys were gonna watch that right after we recorded last week.
No, I went home.
You didn't do. Oh my gosh.
Well, we talked for like 2.5 hours after we got done recording. So
Yeah, and then you watch a bunch of movies. That's what you do on a Saturday, right? What were some of the TV shows you
Okay.
sent to Will?
I'll read some that interest me the most. Broadchurch, Hannibal, The Leftovers, Catch 22,
Amazon.
That's Hulu.
True Detective,
True Detective.
Westworld. I've seen some things of Westworld, and looks really interesting to me. But yeah, so those basically are the ones that I look at like, wow, these kind of stand out to me, and I would love to give them a shot.
You should watch The Leftovers first.
The Leftovers
really good.
first. I'll think about it.
Do you hawk that show the most, Landon, just because you really like it more than most shows, or because just no one else that you know has seen it?
Probably both, because I feel like the only people I know that have also seen it are my parents, and they really liked it.
And you get tired of talking to them every once in a while? Is that what you're saying?
No,
I just talking to your parents?
they're not down to have like deep, like super long discussions.
Like 2-hour podcast discussions about.
And I think it's a show that not a lot of people have watched that I like to give more credit to, because no one has seen it, and it's really good. And
excuse you?
Excuse me. Had a little something in my throat.
A little Corona cut back.
A little bit of that Rona coming back up. I'll wash it back down. And it is probably my top 5 favorite TV shows. Just because it's like Lost in the way where it's super weird, but it also comes off as way more realistic than Lost.
Lost was totally real.
Okay.
Nick would know because he's seen Lost 46 times.
And I think
I would know.
The characters in the plot of The Leftovers are some of the more compelling, probably, characters I've seen.
Where is it available?
HBO.
Is that it?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, crap.
Just get HBO Max.
Like, I legitimately don't have HBO.
You can get it.
You can get it for a month. You can do a free trial for a week.
Use Landon's account.
Yeah.
You won't use your parents' account, but you would use mine?
Yeah.
I would think about giving you the password. I would think
Landon
about
can
it.
remember what it
Like,
is.
there's some tension in this conversation. Like,
Or you could do like 1 month of HBO Max for like $15, and then just watch the whole show.
See, what I did is I got the free trial for HBO Max, forgot to cancel it, so I got a month of HBO Max that I paid for.
Yeah. I just have it. I used to just do it like a couple months at a time and then cancel it. Now I've had it for probably like a year straight, and I just don't cancel it because I'm lazy.
Because money's not tight, right?
But no, I mean, I'm strapped, but I just forget about it from time to time.
But not HBO Max strapped.
No. Yeah, I shouldn't talk about being strapped if I subscribe to HBO. There's enough stuff on there, and they add like a few new movies each month that are like that I like watching. So
Well, the whole reason I got the free trial was because it was the one site that had, or one streaming service that had the Alien movies, and I really wanted to watch them and show them to Bree.
like Aliens. Like,
it's got all 4 of them, I think.
Yeah, it has Alien versus Predator. The best one.
I've watched I need to watch Alien 3, but I've heard
Freddy versus Jason.
Oh, please.
sounds like you're really hitting the bottom of the barrel there, Dave, for watching movies.
They have like all
Jigsaw versus Needlehead.
What'd you say?
They have all the DC movies on HBO Max now, and they have that show Doom Patrol too.
Doom Patrol, which I've heard is really good.
Yeah, I need to check it out.
Is that the one that Brendan Fraser's in?
Yeah.
I might check that out.
He's in it, and then Alan Tudyk or whatever.
Tudwig?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Is he?
Yeah.
K2SO or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's one of the Doom Patrol people.
Oh.
I think he's either the robot.
No,
guy.
that's Brendan Fraser.
Okay, then he's the invisible dude. Then.
No, that's Matt Bomber.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't think he's in it.
No, he I'm
Is he?
looking. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
Okay.
Alan Tudyk, was he in the Marvel one that's kind of similar that didn't do very well? It's kind of like the Doctor Who-ish show that Marvel did.
What are you talking
Huh?
about?
What?
What are you talking about?
Nobody knows what
Legends
you're
of Tomorrow? Is that what it is?
Is that a Marvel show?
That's DC.
What am I thinking of then?
I have no idea.
He is.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
He's Mr. Nobody. Alan Tudyk is Mr. Nobody in Doom Patrol.
I don't know who that is.
The Great Allen Debate.
I don't know who Mr. Nobody is either.
Looks like he's nobody.
All right.
Well,
Watch Broadchurch then, since you have Netflix.
Yeah.
Or your parents have Netflix. And
No, I have that.
I don't know.
I have my own account on that one.
Okay. Just say for the record, I want you to say for the record, the only reason you haven't watched The Boys is because you don't think your parents would be happy that you watched it. Can you say that? for the
No,
audience?
I'm not going to.
Okay.
Why not?
Anyways, what's our next
Last episode we talked about powers and what we would want. We stumbled across teleportation.
We stumbled upon it.
We
teleported into it.
Teleported to it, and we got stuck in a paradox with the teleporting power, and that we thought there was no way out, but I figured it out.
All right.
Oh, really?
I figured out a way
Genius
to get out
Michael.
of it. So, a little recap. If you have the powers of teleportation and you teleport like 30,000 feet in the air, or just like skydiving height, because I don't think you could really skydive from 30,000.
No.
I'm pretty sure you'd pass out.
I listened to a podcast about this guy that his plane accidentally he had to eject from his plane at, it was like 40 or 50,000 feet, the highest ever, and he had severe issues coming down. He broke his finger. He fell into a storm cloud and got stuck in a storm cloud for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh
my God.
No.
He almost ran out of oxygen on his way down. Yeah, it sounds like a horror story.
How did he get stuck in a storm? Like, just the winds like propelled him back up?
Oh.
They were that strong.
Well, no, the storm was below.
Yeah, but he's probably already going terminal velocity at that point. So he's going that fast.
But he has a parachute.
Okay.
Oh wait, he pulled his chute
Okay.
up. He pulled his chute.
That
up
makes
50.
He pulled a chute when I think he was at
thought
about
it was-
10,000 feet, because if you do it before that, then he wouldn't have had enough oxygen and he would have died. So he had to wait.
So wait, is he just having to calculate how high he is by just like guessing?
Yeah, the guy was a very smart pilot, and this happened back in it was like the 60s or 70s or something. So it was quite a while ago. But there's
Was it just him?
yeah, it was just him in this plane. It was kind of a special reconnaissance plane, so it was a much higher altitude than most other
I was gonna say
planes.
like airliners typically go to like 35,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
50 is like that's really up.
Yeah, it was some type of reconnaissance plane that.
Was he military then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Oh.
I can't think of a reconnaissance plane that's not military. I'm just gonna say that.
It's Delta's reconnaissance plane. They're scouting out United and Southwest to try to take out the competition.
All I'm thinking is how he was able to calculate how, like, you could point 30 feet away and be like, how far away is Atlanta? And be like, maybe.
Well,
He's like a Navy SEAL, so he probably
knew what
spit to the
altitude-
ground. He like counted how long it took.
He knew what altitude.
Oh, I heard it.
that-
Yeah.
He knew
With
what
his
altitude that he
Navy SEAL
ejected.
ears.
Oh, okay.
He had his watch. It was like one of those military watches that was very kind of fancy and helpful for these type of situations. And he knew velocity and everything. So what he did is he calculated by the time, knowing when he would be able to, but he wasn't positive. That's why he was scared that he was going to pull it too early, and if he pulled it too early, then he would have died. But also, it was super cold. It was extremely cold when he exited the plane because he was so high up, and his face, he was bloating and stuff because of decompression stuff, and he was feeling frozen, and his hand, like, yeah, his one finger basically just snapped off, but it was dangling. It was still there. He was from his eyes and from his ears and from his mouth and everything, every orifice basically.
Was bleeding, he said?
Yeah, and then after all of that, when he pulls a chute, then he goes into this storm. Next.
Yeah, I would just give up.
I feel like if you know your plane's going down, like, I'm sure he had a sidearm with him on the plane. I feel like he just
Take the easy way out?
Yeah, you just take the easy way out.
Nah, dude, you always gotta pull your chute.
I don't know.
your shoot, Olsen.
Not yet.
Anyway, sorry to derail, but talking about we were talking about teleporting.
I'm glad you clarified that he had a parachute getting stuck in the storm, because I was like, how? I mean, I know wind is fast.
It was a tornado, so he
how
was
is
just
that
spinning
possible?
around constantly.
Just whirled around.
Real quick before we get back to how long did it take him to get to the ground from 50,000 feet with the chute?
Well, the 50,000 to the 10,000 feet was very quick. That was only, I think, like 4 or 5 minutes. It's not very long when you're, falling hundreds of miles per hour. But so that was quick, but it was a horrifying few minutes.
How do you even pull the chute when, like, the force of you, like, have your arms like just like broken, or like how does that work when you're falling? Like how could you get your?
Have you ever seen someone pull their chute when they're skydiving?
I probably, but I can't think of it.
Well, it's just like Warzone. You can keep deploying it and pulling it back and no, it does it a little slowly, and usually there's smaller chutes, kind of that are at the top
Drag
of it. Drag chutes that kind of slow you down before you have your primary chute, and it takes time to open up fully. It doesn't open up instantaneously, or else you'd probably break your neck or something.
Yeah, like hundreds of miles an hour to like pull your chute.
Well, you need the drag chute because I think terminal velocity is around like in the upper 200s miles an hour.
It's fast. It's really, really fast.
And so you need that drag chute to slow you down. Otherwise you just your strap just goes right through your groin.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So who wants to go skydiving?
Like, just whimpering like a puppy. Like
That's scary, man.
I know.
Oh, how long does it take you to parachute from 10,000 feet? So like 5 minutes, and then he pulls his chute.
I think the total time from him ejecting to the plane to getting to the ground was about 45 minutes. And most of that was after he pulled his chute. And a lot of that was in a thunderstorm.
I think he can definitively say that those were probably the longest 45 minutes of his life.
Oh yeah.
Like
Okay. I found it. He ejected at 47,000 feet at the speed of going Mach 0.82. This was in what year was this? It doesn't give the year, but he was a colonel. Colonel Rankin.
Rankin?
F8 Crusader.
Sounds made up.
It does sound like a movie colonel, doesn't it?
Colonel Rankin.
sounds like the jerk, like Colonel too, like that yells.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Show me a war face, son.
I'll send you the article I found on it, but the story itself is really fascinating, and it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So I'm sorry, but
Well, I mean, it kind of does. Skydiving.
Yeah.
so who wants to go skydiving? Does anyone actually want to go skydiving?
No.
I would maybe do it.
It's something I've always wanted to do. I think Bree and I will do it at some point. I'm the guy that I have the luck that like my chute doesn't actually deploy though, and I splash.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
everything
it'd be
up until
over
that
so
point will be
fast,
fun.
though.
Oh, they force you to go on a dive your first dive with somebody, right? So you're
Yeah, you
strapped
have
to somebody,
to
you have to ride with somebody, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do it
going
by myself.
tandem.
I wouldn't want to go by myself.
Well, you can't.
I know. I'm
You have
saying
to go
I
tandem.
think you can. You have. There's just more extensive training because I've looked into it because I'm not that interested in doing tandem.
Maniac.
Why do you want to do it by yourself, man? That'd be scary. Hell,
It'd be
You have
thrilling.
much more free. You have much more freedom. It's more fun. You're not strapped to another big, flopping person in the sky.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Wii Sports Resort minigame where you're doing the skydiving, like, and you can connect with other people. Dave wants to do that.
But wouldn't it be comforting to have someone like strapped behind you to be able to say like, yeah, hey, it's over, dude. Like, shoot, good work, man.
It's like the prank that we watched on that one YouTube
That's
video.
so
Okay, so context. This guy got pranked.
This is a very
Yeah.
famous prank war on the internet. It's the College Humor prank wars.
Horrifying.
And this guy got pranked in the fashion of he was skydiving in tandem, right?
Was this Streeter or was this Amir?
This was Streeter.
Okay.
And
He's the fat one, just in case anyone is wondering.
the
Yeah, he looks like T.J. Miller.
Amir told the Streeter's skydiving partner
Yep.
to fake the chute not working, and basically,
Well, what they did was Streeter was in tandem with the professional guy. So when the time came to pull the chute, Streeter was gonna pull the cord. So they put like a fake string like on his pack. So he pulls it and it just comes off, and they're like holding a string like, a string to nothing, a string to death.
Oh my god!
And then it's like.
And then the rest is history, and the fact that he freaks out, and then it's not actually real, and then he hates the other guy.
How much do you weigh? 220.
I don't think I could forgive someone if they did that to me. I'd be like,
I'm not a huge prank fan. I think if there's not a lot writing on the prank, then I think it's okay. But I still think for the most part they're annoying. Out of all of those that they did, the one that I actually liked was the basketball one, where he tricks Amir into thinking that he gets a half court basketball shot. So Streeter comes in beforehand and tells the whole crowd, he goes, all right, Amir's going to come out here and throw a half court shot. And I want everyone, as soon as, like as after the ball's thrown, everyone
he
needs to
says
start
whether he makes it or misses it, cheer really loudly. And of course he misses it.
Yeah, unimportant.
And he's doing
detail
it blindfolded, I think.
Yeah, he's doing it
blindfolded.
blindfolded, so he doesn't actually know if he actually makes the shot or not until the crowd reacts.
All he hears is
Yeah.
crowd going wild, and they
He,
run
rips
out with the
band-aid
Yeah, he
off.
rips it off and
Yeah,
he's
right.
jumping and
Speeding.
celebrating and everything.
and then
And then I think they show him the video right away, and he like slinks.
Well, Streeter. Well, he's
Really.
still overjoyed and stuff. And then Streeter runs up behind him and puts his arm around him, and he looks at him, and he just goes, "Ah!"
Like he knew
immediately he
saw
knew,
his
yeah.
breath. It was over. It was a prank.
I think my favorite one is probably. It's probably the one where they are where Streeter's doing stand-up comedy.
Oh, that one's so hard to watch.
That's hard. It's so
And
hard.
Amir tells
tell
the
people
crowd
not to laugh, right?
to not laugh and
Whoa.
kind of heckle him too. So no one's reacting to his jokes.
I couldn't do
And
that.
then all you hear in the crowd is like, "You're fat." So he's like, "Okay, yeah, thanks."
That would be hard though, because
trying to go
Oh my
along with
God.
it.
Because what if the guy actually was really funny? I mean, you'd have a hard time not laughing, right?
Yeah.
Even if someone told you not to laugh at someone's jokes beforehand, I feel like I'd be biting my fist trying not to
I
laugh.
have enough stage fright already. Like if I had to endure that, I think I'd
How is that your favorite?
I'd
That
go
just sounds-
skydiving.
That just sounds so.
because it's so
terrible.
relatable.
Oh, really?
I can't really relate to skydiving or doing a half court.
You can relate to bombing though on stage as a comedian.
Yes,
We bomb on this podcast.
We bomb on this
every
podcast
week,
every
man.
week, Dave. Yeah. Anyway, so the way to solve the teleportation problem. Wow. So the thing is, you teleport to skydiving height, and what do? Like, if you teleport somewhere else, you still have that velocity.
Your momentum doesn't reset when you teleport.
Right, you're still going. So the only way to fix this is to teleport to the antipode of the Earth, which is on the exact opposite side of the Earth. You start basically ground level on the other side. You go up into the sky until you hit
when you joked last week about teleporting up, you were actually serious.
teleporting up. No, wait, what?
Because you said just teleport up so that you're falling up.
Well, no, because I didn't say on the other side of the Earth.
Well, I know, but I'm saying
It would
that,
just be like a horrible
you were
loop.
kind of on the right
I was
track,
almost
right?
there.
Yeah, you were
I was
almost there.
Dude, gosh, man.
Will, come
Shut
on,
up.
silence your phone.
Anyway, so that would work, right? Like you go to the opposite side of the Earth.
Well-
you fly into the sky until you get to that point where gravity starts taking over and your velocity slows down, and at that point, then you teleport to the ground safely.
Problem solved.
I don't
No.
see. I don't see a flaw in it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think the only problem is that
Science.
it assumes that the gravity doesn't take effect immediately. That you're able to.
Well, it wouldn't take effect immediately.
But if it didn't
Well-
take effect immediately, then this wouldn't be a problem in the first place, and that we wouldn't have to worry about it, and then you could teleport anywhere.
Right, but my point is that how can you be so sure that you can control which direction your velocity is going?
Because he's saying that you're on the other side of the Earth, so you're the exact opposite of where
my
you
stomach
are on the
is
planet.
falling towards the face of the Earth. I'll teleport to the other side of the Earth. My stomach's facing the sky at that point, and I just keep going up.
I don't know.
You're getting into technicalities when we're talking about teleportation and
but
going
this
to the
whole
other side
entire
of the
thing
Earth.
is a technicality,
So his cardinal direction, well, not cardinal direction because that's north, south, east,
Let's
west.
assume that I can direct where
But
my velocity is going.
is in a sense according to the solar system, his direction doesn't change, so he's still in the same direction. So he's not spinning or anything around.
Okay.
You see what? So
Yeah,
he
I
just
can
teleports
see
to
it.
the other side of the Earth, the exact other. So imagine he it's almost like he just went through the Earth,
It's like I bore through the Earth and I pop
Okay.
out the
but he
other side.
teleported through it.
I can kind of see it. Good
It
job,
works.
Michael.
Yes. Problem solved. Give me another superpower problem. I can solve it in a couple days.
Laser vision. Your eyes would overheat.
You'd have no eyelashes.
Or
And dust
eyelids.
would get in your eye.
Or eyelids. Or eyes.
Which one shot?
The eyes are just gone forever.
That's the bummer about so many superpowers is that when you really try to think about them, they kind of don't make any sense. Like Spider-Man
they-
climbing on things, and
Yeah.
does that
Why does that
mean?
make sense?
Well, Well, in
Explain to
all
me
the
why that
movies,
doesn't
he's
sound-
wearing shoes and stuff sometimes when he's not in costume and he still climbs.
Go Webb.
That's
go.
because the Raimi movies did it more as a like mutation. In the comics, it's not actually like tiny little hairs on his hands and feet.
So he can just do it through his shoes?
through
Yeah.
his suit, right?
Mhm.
Wait. Why? How? How could he do it through his shoes?
Because it's like a they do it like through like electromagnetic like, like static cling like type stuff. It's not like a mutation with hairs.
Yeah, but how could you do that through shoes?
And what I'm saying is that
What
when
are you
you really
talking
start
about?
thinking about
How could you not do that?
superpowers,
I don't know, dude. How do you walk up walls with shoes?
so does he just turn it off at will with his mind then?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sure, Michael.
Problem
Why
solved.
doesn't
You know,
Spider-Man's webs come out of his butt?
Well, webs don't come out of spiders' butts.
Yeah, they do. It comes out.
Yeah, they come out of their abdomen.
That's the butt of the spider.
different.
No,
That's
that's
not the butthole though.
no. It's.
Oh,
I just meant that region.
because Dave, human anatomy is not the same as spider anatomy.
He's
Duh.
still part human, Dave. He's not all spider.
So should
Yeah,
it
he's
come
like
out of his
that spider.
chest or something?
Would you say Spider-Man?
His belly button?
Spider
He swings with his belly button.
I'm gonna say 40%.
40% spider.
Yeah.
But then I feel like that's an issue then because you're 60% human. That means 40% of your qualities are spider.
Well, he has to be 40% because he doesn't produce his own webbing. He has web shooters.
Right, but he has to be less than 40%. That's my point.
Why?
Because if he was 40% spider, then he'd have more spider qualities.
Like what?
He'd have he wouldn't have quite 8 legs, but he'd have 6. So then people would
Yeah, he'd
confuse
have
him with
more
Insect
legs.
Man, but he's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm Spider-Man. I'm just not full
There is a run where he
Spider-Man.
turns into
So-
man spider,
Well,
and
think
he
of-
like becomes like really like spider looking.
Well, think about
And he gets like 8 arms and stuff.
think about
I
a
know.
centaur, half horse, half human.
Is
that
that
is
perfectly
50%. That is 50% horse, 50% human.
Is it though?
I feel like it's a pretty well no
Because the torso of the man is still there, but you're just losing like the neck of the horse and up. So I think it's
Spider-Man isn't part
50%.
spider, part man. He's just a man with spiderish powers. How have we gotten onto this? What is going on?
I was just curious. This is probably a dumb topic. I'm sorry.
No, this is the real
Wolverine.
nitty-gritty.
Part Wolverine, part man.
Paul Wolver, part Reen.
Mm.
I wonder always how they come up with superhero names. I can never like.
They look at animals and then
Well, no, like
morph it
Cyclops.
into-
Like my favorite X-Men. Like,
that's your favorite X-Men?
yeah, I'd say he's my
What do you
favorite.
mean? Wait, what do you mean you can't figure out why his name is Cyclops?
Well, it's like he shoots lasers from his eyes.
His
He could
one
be called
eye.
His
shoot
original, on the original run, it was one kind of like ovalish shaped thing that he had.
Man, it's still
on.
like
it
that.
wasn't two. He
Right.
didn't have 2 goggles.
He doesn't have 2 goggles
No,
now.
he doesn't have 2 goggles now. I'm just saying that he has one oval. Oh, gotcha.
It's
Never mind.
one, yeah.
Are you
It's
joking,
one-
Will? Are you joking?
No, I'm not. I thought.
You know, for your
just-
favorite X-Men,
Wait.
you really don't know anything about him, do you?
No. It just never. Okay, he was my favorite X-Men in the movies because I felt bad for him.
Why
he
is
was
Professor
so-
X called Professor X?
He was so like misused in those movies.
Oh, for sure. Especially the 3rd movie. Such a
Oh yeah.
Do you mean when he dies right away?
God, he's dead. Yeah.
What
Spoiler.
happened to Scott? You never talk about him again.
Not important. Yeah.
That's just a shame that.
I always like Cyclops,
Yeah, Cyclops is a cool character.
and I knew why they called him
Well, okay.
Cyclops.
That's only one important aspect of the character. Is his name.
I'm a Cyclops fan. I like Professor X, Wolverine. Who are some of your favorites, Steph?
Oh goodness, I'd have to really think because I used to really like X-Men, but I can't. I'm kind of blanking right now on any of the X-Men.
Really?
Yeah.
Rogue.
Storm.
You like
She's
Gambit?
okay.
You're a Gambit fan.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I feel like Gambit's like the favorite of every single 12-year-old out there. Like, at
I
least
actually,
that's how it
I
was
actually
when
did
was
like
in elementary
Nightcrawler.
school.
I liked Toad. He's a bad guy, but
I
Do you know
hate
what
Toad.
happens-
He grossed me out as a kid.
Do you know what happens when lightning strikes a toad? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Huh. Weird how that
I mean,
works.
I like Wolverine. everyone
Greatest
likes
scene.
everyone likes Wolverine. I liked Iceman a lot in the comics. I thought he was really cool.
Bobby Drake. He's cool. He's a cool character.
Hmm
So what makes a cool X-Men? What separates the cool X-Men from the lame X-Men? Because think of a lame X-Men character. Like, can you think of any?
The guy that is a porcupine.
Oh yeah. I think he was unnamed, wasn't he?
No, he has a.
Oh, he has a name?
I don't know what it is.
There's a porcupine X-Men?
I always thought
He's in X3.
Oh.
And he actually is a character in the comics. I just don't remember his name.
Sabretooth was
Is
always
he
a
50%
character.
porcupine and 50% man?
No, because he's not Porcupine. He's Porcupine Man, not Porky Man. I feel like Spider-Man.
Porky Man. Spider Pig.
Porky
Spider
Man.
Pork.
Porky.
Spider Porky. That's such a good movie, the Simpsons movie. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen the Simpsons movie.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Under the Dome.
And Tom Hanks is in that commercial, like for the dome.
It's on Disney Plus. You could watch it, Mick, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think Landon and Michael actually use Disney Plus anymore. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that uses it.
I watched The Great Mass Detective the other
Great
night.
film.
Oh, you did?
Screw you.
I think I'd use it a lot more if they had a lot more variety. The problem is that it's all.
Well, as soon as Mando season 2 comes out in the fall, I'm gonna get back on.
What? Oh, and also when Mulan comes out to rent for $30.
Oh my gosh! Talk about the worst business practice in the world.
You don't want to rent Mulan for $30?
As somebody who'd watch it by themselves, absolutely not.
Like you have to rent it?
Yep, yeah, you have
So-
to pay $30 to rent it.
Not only do you have to have Disney Plus, you also have to rent it for $30.
I thought it was going to be streaming on Disney Plus.
Oh, no,
you have to pay for it?
$30.
I mean, I probably
Buy
wasn't
it
going to watch
to
the
rent
movie
it.
anyway. Now I really
that's
am
such
not
a
going to
high.
watch it.
So really,
How long do you get to rent it for? Is it like
Probably 48
hours
hours.
or something?
But as soon as you start
Something.
playback, it stops.
Yeah. Sorry.
see
$30.
There's lots of success for Trolls World Tour because it was a family movie. Literally, the only people that are going to watch that are kids and families, pretty much. That's the biggest demographic. And with Mulan, I feel like there's a lot of young adults who saw Mulan as a kid and liked Mulan.
I have no interest in watching
I
the
think
live
it's
action
still though.
Mulan.
It's still on that. I think that cautions to the side of kids and families.
I feel like
Right,
still has to be at
I'm not
least
debating
over
with you,
half
but I'm
of
saying
Yeah.
is that
I get what you
demographic
mean,
is
though.
way larger.
I get
so
what you mean.
Trolls World Tour. Usually,
It's pretty good.
Oh,
How
really?
long are they doing that before they just put it on regular Disney Plus to stream?
I would think probably for a couple months would be my guess.
Well, why don't we just wait a couple months?
I mean, imagine that's what most people will do. I mean,
Yeah, it just
like I
boggles
said, I'm
my
not
mind.
clamoring for Mulan anyway.
I don't think anybody's.
When's that
clamoring
live
for
action
Mulan.
Emperor's New Groove going to come out? You know,
I don't want.
I'm
to.
just kidding.
That's the one
I'm
movie.
kidding.
That'd be
that
so
I
creepy.
want
What if
to
Patrick
see
Warburton
untouched.
actually played Kronk?
that could maybe get me to watch it.
What if what's his
David Spade actually played,
John Goodman.
name? John Goodman actually
Dude, I would
played-
actually watch
and
it.
David
looks like
yeah,
him,
David
so-
Spade
Yeah.
plays yeah, I'm getting down for this. The more we talk about it,
Top me off, Kronk. Be a pal or whatever.
and it's directed by Adam Sandler.
does that
That
mean
movie-
Chris Rock and who's the other guy?
Kevin James.
Yeah, is gonna make an appearance in it.
Yeah, Grown Ups 3.
Have you seen the Kevin James videos on YouTube where he's the sound guy and he's in certain movies
I
in
think
the
I've seen,
background on
one of
accident?
them.
They're pretty funny.
He has some pretty funny YouTube content, actually.
Yeah, he
I was
does.
actually pretty surprised by one of his videos. He played baseball, I think.
Yeah.
It made me laugh so hard.
How did he get involved with that group? Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider.
I have no
Are
idea.
you asking how people make friends?
Well, I mean that specific group though was an SNL team.
I think Kevin James was on SNL, right?
Not with them.
I don't think he was.
Yeah.
He? I don't think he ever was.
He wasn't a regular.
Well, maybe off his hit
Well,
show.
he
Get
probably
away.
made a movie or two
Yeah,
with
that's
them
the King
and
of
just
Queens- King
and
of
just
Queens or
jived,
whatever.
right?
Yeah, that was a pretty good show.
I think that's where he started. Was that show or was part of his start? Maybe.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
thought it was
Was he set-
around before.
Oh, I have. No
I don't
idea.
know.
I have no idea.
He just sprung into existence to be on King of Queens.
He was in Hitch.
At first, there was nothing. And then there
And then there was Kevin James.
He was good in Hitch. You like Hitch, right?
Oh, I love Hitch.
I've never seen
it's
it.
It's a really fun movie.
It is fun.
It's fun over everything else.
The dancing scene.
Yeah.
I
That's
also
the-
have not seen Hitch, Landon, so you are not
Because you
alone.
hate Will Smith. You're a Will Smith hater.
I'm not a huge Will Smith fan.
How many good movies has he been in?
After
I Am
Earth,
Legend.
Men in Black 1. Men in Black 1.
I had an obsession with I Am Legend when I was younger.
Really?
Oh.
Like edgy Landon love.
Because I wasn't allowed to watch it for the longest time, and then I finally was. I was like,
It's a good movie.
but Lord of the Rings is the other. What?
I'm Legend's good, but the CGI zombie things just have always looked fake. Like they were never scary.
yeah.
So, like, does it have to look real to be scary to you?
I think it helps. Otherwise, it's like I know that that's not real. And that's not there.
That's
Well,
not real.
You're not real.
For me, it's like I know Pennywise isn't real, but it's still creepy to me. Like,
Because it's like more.
Oh, I watched It Chapter 2 with Bree the other day.
oh, did you like it?
It was okay. It was kind of long.
Yeah, it was okay. It felt like the focus was in the wrong places a little bit.
I really liked Bill Hader in the movie. I thought he was probably the best part.
Bill Hader's awesome.
How long is the movie?
It's 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it's a long movie.
Jeez.
Not only is it a long movie, it's a really long horror movie because horror movies are kind of supposed to be a little shorter. They don't have to be that long.
Hours. Check it out.
Yeah, I like part 1 way better.
Yeah,
I thought part 1 was way better.
Yeah, way better. Way
I've not seen either, but I have heard that part 1 is a better film.
Didn't we make a deal?
Nope.
You know what? We can
I don't know what
forget
you're
that
talking
deal, and we can watch The Witch instead.
I'd rather go skydiving.
Really?
No.
So what's the scariest movie you've seen, Michael?
I don't really watch. I don't watch scary movies.
There was a time that you watched
Out of all the
scarier
movies.
movies.
That you see.
Like what?
Well, you've dated people that liked horror movies, and so you would watch them with
I think
those
everybody I've dated
people.
loves horror movies, and I'm just like, I can't do this.
Well, what are some of the ones that you remember seeing? What are some of the ones that you remember watching?
What was that Wax movie?
What?
What?
Like
That
House
Wax
of Wax
movie.
or something? It's like some House of Wax thing.
House
It was
of
really
Wax.
cheesy.
Do people like melt like wax,
The Wax
or something
Museum?
like that?
Something, or like people are made out of wax. Other people. or
There
something.
is a movie called House of Wax,
I think.
starring Alicia Cuthbert
and I think.
Oh, yeah.
and Chad Michael Murray.
I think Paris Hilton was in it too, or something.
Oh yeah,
What-
Paris Hilton.
What about that shark movie we watched?
Sharknado.
No, it wasn't Sharknado.
Jaws.
It was something about. What
The
was
ones
it?
are in the mountain.
Yeah.
That movie's hilarious. That movie's hilarious.
Was it Sharkalanche or something? Avalanche sharks?
Yeah, something.
I don't think that's a horror movie. That
Oh my
sounds more like a
gosh.
comedy, right?
No, it's a
Sci-fi?
horror movie.
No, it's extremely.
It's scary
campy.
on a whole nother level. Oh man.
Wait, no, it was Deep Blue or something like that, right?
No, that's a different movie. That's with Sam Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We watched a really cheesy, probably made by 3 people movie on Netflix called
Gotta love those movies.
like Shark Avalanche or Avalanche Shark. Sharkalanche.
I
can't
thought it was
remember.
pretty good.
There's a bunch of snow ice sharks.
Yeah, coming out. Yeah. Makes no sense. The movie makes no sense.
Hey, you watched it though. They got you. They
Well,
got
I
you.
didn't get any money from me. I watched it on Netflix, so
Yeah.
it didn't really. What's the
Um,
scariest movie you've seen, Will? Since Mick is.
I mean,
Probably-
I've seen the Saw movies, but those aren't really scary. Those are just gross.
Oh man.
But again, that was like because the person I was dating loved those movies. I was like,
I've heard the first one's okay. I haven't seen any of them.
First one's probably the best one.
Yeah.
I think it's the least like
torture
porn and just
Yeah.
a kind of like suspenseful, creepy story.
Well, it's kind of the most clever to not, spoil anything. But
Right.
I need to watch it. I think I would probably like the first one.
It's good.
I'd say the scariest movie I've seen is The Shining.
Shining is so good.
I've not seen The Shining.
Shining is creepy.
Really like The Shining.
Yeah. I think for me. I think the scariest
I
movie.
saw Ready Player One. That had The Shining in it.
No, doesn't count.
All those scenes didn't make any sense to me.
I've heard that movie is not good.
No, it's not.
I heard the book's decent though.
I've heard the book is not good either.
Oh really?
Isn't it just like a cash grab on like your nostalgia?
That's kind of what I've heard. Yeah.
Oh,
Is that
interesting.
it just kind of plays off of it tries to mention as many things as possible and kind of doesn't have a lot of substance.
Oh.
I should try doing that.
And Mario jumps into Master Chief's world.
I think the scariest movie I've seen is
And
either
they kill Ganondorf.
Hereditary
And Gandalf shows up.
or Hereditary or The Witch. Those
Yeah,
are the
I'm
two
saying
scariest.
like 50 feet from those at all times.
You wouldn't watch The
No,
Witch?
Absolutely not.
The Witch is, oh man, The Witch is so good. It's so good.
I would never watch anything like that.
Have you seen the trailer for The Witch?
Yeah.
Dude, it's, oh man, if you like the trailer is scary, the movie horrifying. It's so it's like goosebumps. You're just like, oh no.
Why do you enjoy that?
Yes, I enjoy it. Yes.
Why?
Yes. If it's written good,
Yet you quit Resident Evil 2 like halfway
because
through
Mr. X
it was
came out,
too
I said,
scary.
oh, not for me. I don't know. A scary game's different than a scary movie.
So are you
Am I-
less scared of games? No, you're more scared.
I would say I'm more scared of scary games. I like both of them, but there's a scary movie requires no courage.
You actually have to be the person like moving through
Yeah.
the hallways in the
Yeah.
house and like.
That's why Dead Space is
Oh my
frightening.
Landon, you are fired.
Oh my god.
You are so fired. You're never gonna be on the podcast again.
Where are you guys going to record?
Hey Landon, can we still come here to record?
We're just barging. Like, I think it's interesting about. I wish Landon was here so he can give his input on what I'm about to say. But what's interesting is that somebody wrote. I watched a video essay once on YouTube about how horror video games scare this person way less than movies, because with horror games there are fail states. So basically,
what do you mean by that?
So if you die from a jump scare and it kills you, let's say you round the corner in Resident Evil and there's a zombie and it kills you, that's not really your fate, because you can just do the same thing and know it's there and kill the thing. So there's no real consequences in certain horror games to scares.
Yeah, I think just the
Is he just
scary
bad
part.
at video games?
No, I wouldn't say he's bad at video
The
games.
scary part for me is being like actually having to walk through something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like you are the one that has to do it. Like I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Like you have to choose to push that control stick forward. Like
Right.
you have to take steps forward.
It'd be kind of interesting if they did that for a horror game, that if you die, it doesn't like start over, but you like go to like a different place in the setting or whatever,
Mhm.
and you still have to like continue going through, so you still don't know what's going to happen next and
Interesting.
stuff like that. I mean, it's
There
kind
would-
of the
there would
same
have to
thing,
be
but
very
they would.
few. I feel like, excuse me, there'd have to be very few amount of times that you can actually die, though, right? Because if you can die in the first 30 minutes, and you die in the first 30 minutes of the next scenario, and the next scenario, and the next scenario, you get like if there's 4 different scenarios that you're put through, you got a 2-hour long game.
Yeah, they'd have
So think of it like a Detroit Become Human kind of game, where there's your
Right.
characters could die, but at
Yeah.
the same time, there's very little opportunity for them, from what I've heard. It mostly comes towards the end.
Yeah, they'd have to do it in a clever way.
In a clever way. That's an interesting game idea, though. I think
Yeah.
I'd play that.
Sorry, I'm back.
Well, it kind of reminded me of that game trailer we saw for one of the Xbox games. I don't remember the name of it. It was like multiple dimension horror game where you were like
where you're in one
in two
dimension,
places.
the other.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're in 2 places at once, and you have to use both.
right.
Basically 2 different screens, but they're on the same screen,
Right.
to navigate the world, and the world in quotes, because they're actually 2 different worlds.
Yeah.
That are kind of one.
Mhm.
It looks really unique, and that's one of the games that impressed me that is coming out for Xbox.
Well, yeah, any next gen game that utilizes the really powerful SSDs, it's cool to see that like actually in practice.
Yeah, that's for like loading times. and stuff,
Loading
right?
times, yeah, like being able to have like 2 generated worlds at the same time, or like with the Ratchet and Clank games, like instantly loading into like a new galaxy or new dimension or something.
I feel like soon we're gonna have brain implants that shoot us into another reality.
No,
Like-
Can't chip me. You can't chip me.
yeah, I'd never put a chip in my brain or anything. I would never do it.
What if it's already there?
What?
That's a good question.
You never know.
I mean, I'm sure we could find out. MRI.
Yeah, just crack open my
The brain?
skull and take a look.
What?
Yeah.
No,
Scoop
Will.
the brain
No, there's
out.
other ways.
Can't find it. throw your brain through a metal detector, like at the airport. And
See, here's the joke's on you, Dave, because the MRI doesn't account for the chip, because that's what they want us to think.
yeah. They edit that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting some good conspiracies here, Like,
Well, speaking of like conspiracies and weird experiments and stuff, I tried something last night that I've wanted to do for a while. Have you guys heard of the Ganzfeld experiment?
No.
absolutely not.
Dave?
No.
So it's basically a way to hallucinate in a natural way without any
What?
drugs or
So
anything.
you took drugs.
This is gonna sound weird, but just stick with me. So basically, what you do is you lay down. You have a red light shining on you. You have headphones on with just white noise in the background, so static from a TV or something. And then you put you cut a ping pong ball in half and put it over your eyes, and you just sit there. And then you wait.
The hell?
And then you wait, and then you start seeing stuff.
You did it?
Yeah, I did it last night.
What'd you see?
What'd you see?
So at first it was like, at first my eyes were really stinging because I just cut the ping pong ball open, and so there was like some like weird like chemical stuff in there.
Oh no!
So my eyes were like really watery and kind of stingy. But after you're supposed to do it, I think for like 30 minutes. I looked up a YouTube video of like
How to hallucinate.
Ganzfeld experiment, and it was just like a red screen with the white noise. So I just did that for like 30 minutes, just laying in bed. So after like probably 10 minutes of my eyes finally calming down, I was still like in the state of like, well, I know I'm just laying here with ping pong balls on my eyes. It's just kind of ridiculous.
I would have wanted to have. I would have wanted to walk in on that and see what that looked like.
Michael. And so I went kind of through that state, and then I just kind of got bored, and it was just kind of laying there, and then like every once in a while, like it would feel like I was closing my left eye, but my left eye was open. Like it would just feel like I wasn't controlling it, but I could still see like red everywhere.
I'm not a fan of this.
And then something interesting happened.
Mom?
I'm not joking at all. I'm totally not joking. I saw a chicken walk across my vision. I saw a chicken walk across my vision. It stopped there, and then turned into an eyeball.
What?
Wait, okay, so did you take the ping pong ball still over your eyes?
Yeah, the whole time. And you're just
You
you're
sure
looking.
you were sober? You sure you were sober?
Yes.
Well, the chemicals from the ping pong ball probably poisoned you and you're tripping. So it turned into an eyeball.
Turned into an eyeball. Just stared at me, and then it turned into a rainbow.
Why did you do that?
I thought it was interesting. I was like, I wonder if that like actually like does anything.
Because he wants to feel something finally. Dude, I don't know, man. I wouldn't be a fan of that.
Was that the extent of it?
Yeah, that was it.
And then you took off the balls, or you just kept watching, and then nothing else happened.
Well, the video ended, and so it was like it had like a I don't know, like 10 or 15 second like wake up period where the static noise like faded out, and it was like time to wake up.
So if you just had a longer video playing, then
you'd probably die.
I think it would leave me permanently scarred.
It was weird. It was really weird.
Would you do it again?
Maybe.
Where'd you get a red light?
So you know those
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
the like plastic things you put in like gift bags, like plastic paper.
Uh-huh.
I
You used it as a filter?
I had some of those, and I just taped it over my lamp and just shone my lamp like right in my face.
So have you started questioning like reality yet? Like what's real and what's not?
Will, you've been a chicken for the past 15 minutes. But it was funny. So before I did this, I didn't look up like anybody else, like any of their side effects or anything, because I didn't want to like subconsciously implant
taint the experience,
right, or to like plant like an idea that somebody else had in my mind before. So I didn't know like what there was to be seen at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then I looked up this video of this chick who did it, and she also saw an eyeball.
Huh?
This sounds like a rabbit hole you're about to go down. Like a really dangerous rabbit hole you're
Nick's
about to
doing
trip.
like shrooms, acid.
Yeah, I think I would just rather do the psilocybin mushrooms. Just, instead of going through all the work of
The ping
cutting
pong
a
ball.
I would cut my finger if I was trying to cut a ping pong ball.
I almost
ping pong
stabbed
ball
it.
in half.
I used
Really?
a knife. Yeah, I was like, how do I cut this? Like, remember the rule, don't cut towards you. But then if I cut away, like I'm cutting towards my thumb.
Cut your wrist. Like, oh,
But I was fine. Yeah, that was it. I just cut myself and bled out and like hallucinated.
You're dead right now. The last things you saw before you died was a chicken turning into an eyeball.
Turning into a rainbow as well. Don't forget that one.
The final
What
transformation.
came first, the chicken or the eyeball?
Or
the rainbow. I was so close to the pot of gold. If I just waited out a little bit longer, would have been rich. Anyway, It was really interesting.
That sounds.
I don't
really
recommend
interesting.
doing it because I'm not a doctor and I don't know anything about like what long-term
just took
effects
5 years off
what
of
long-term
your life.
effects this could have, if any. But
Michael's
Well, it
dead.
probably doesn't have any.
I can't recommend doing it. But you know, it was
Goes
it was
crazy.
an interesting.
Kept screaming,
Experiment.
The devil in my brain.
It's people.
Also, like halfway through, my heart just started like really racing. Like, just like you know, it was normal, like probably around 65 or 70, just boom, 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 boom. But then he went boom, 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 boom. I was like, like
How was your blood pressure?
I think
It'll stop.
that was fine.
Michael got a glimpse of
I drained a
hellfire,
little bit of
like-
it. Anyway, you guys
Like
should
the
try
red
it.
lighting,
I'm
like-
not.
You guys should try it and see what happens.
I think I'm good.
Little does Michael know he's like performing some satanic ritual, like red light, cover your eyes, like.
Hereditary? Well,
Anyway, it's pretty interesting.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
I don't think cool would be used. I would use to describe. I wouldn't use that word.
That's
cool.
pretty neat.
Not neat. I would say okay.
Well, I looked at it's like something about your brain, like trying to not be bored. It has something to do with the white noise and the red light, and like your brain just trying to actively like make up something.
Yeah,
It's
that's no, that's normal.
Sounds like some scientific garbo.
Science is
jumbo.
involved.
Sounds like some pagan talk.
Science is involved somehow. Gets in there with all of its
And do you believe in science
nerd
now?
talk. I'm a man of science.
Sometimes science is a.
Anyway, so speaking of chicken eyeball rainbows, you're going on a trip soon, right?
Yeah. I'm going to the pagan ritual. So, no, I'm going with my family to the Oregon coast.
What are you going to do there?
He's gonna get ping pong balls and a red light
Yeah,
and some white noise.
I'll be having different kinds of mental
Hallucinogens?
impairments. Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna play games, walk across the beach, and then
Sounds fun.
I don't think we're gonna be able to do too much more because most stuff's closed. So
Where are you
that
staying?
does not sound fun.
I just imagine you
What?
guys
That
showing
doesn't
up.
sound fun. You're,
I ju-
you're just going somewhere.
I
where
imagine you guys
everything's closed.
showing up to the beach, walking out on the sand, looking at the ocean, and just being like,
Time to go
"Well,
home.
we made it. Time to go home."
yeah, I don't know. It'll be
We did.
And you're there for a
We
week?
did it.
yeah, I think
Are
5
you
nights.
taking your own car?
No, I'm not. There's 2 cars going down. One car with the grandparents. Like it's either I ride with the grandparents or I ride with the dog. So you take grandparents.
into a pig.
I take grandparents 10 out of 10 times and then over the dog.
You hate the dog that much?
I don't hate the dog.
Why are they taking the dog? Landon just gave me a look.
I didn't know the dog was going when I agreed to go.
Oh no!
That was added after the fact. So
Well, back out. Be like,
no,
back
I
out.
can't now.
This wasn't in
Why-
the.
why
this
not?
I
wasn't
already
in
took the
agreement.
time off from work.
Do something else.
No, I owe it to my family to go.
Let's go to Long Beach.
Do you?
Yeah, I owe it to my family. I haven't gone on a vacation with my family in probably over 5 years.
Oh yeah, it's probably good to go.
So gotta suck it up. Drink
Be-
a lot of whiskey.
Be a man.
Hang out, play games.
Drink
I-
a little
I-
whiskey.
You gotta want to do that. Really
Yeah, I get along with all my family members equally.
But mainly your dad.
Yeah, I agree. I probably get along
Equally?
with my dad.
Like probably your dad. Stop.
Stop. Why am I being interrogated? My family listens to the show. Why would you just do
Like only. Like it's basically you and your dad, right?
No, we're just curious about your family relationship.
Oh.
We're just
You
curious.
know, I don't want the
It's
show
not
to
a
be
big deal.
serious. You know, the podcast doesn't need to be serious. I would say, yeah, I get along with everybody.
The dog?
I mean, the dog's not part of the family, in my opinion. So,
It is a dog, so.
So would you say you get along the same as your dad, the same as your dog? Like,
what? I just said the dog's not
It's
part
not.
of the
It's
family.
not even
oh,
Landon's
you said
dog.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I consider the cat's part of the family. They've been around long enough, and they're intelligent enough as animals.
So you like the cats?
Oh yeah, I like 3 out of 4 of the cats.
What's wrong with that last one?
It looks like a dog.
It's suffering. That's what I'll say. It's
Is this
suffering.
your sister's cat?
Yeah, my older sister's cat. It's mangled too much. I think it's now living a somewhat peaceful life, but I think there's a lot of mental damage.
That cat is worth more than I am.
It's worth more than all of us combined. the chosen one.
For anyone listening that's confused, can you do any sort of explanation?
No, I can't. There's
I don't
nothing.
think
There's nothing that can explain.
Nothing can be said.
There's nothing that can explain.
I meant
Just
more
know
for
that
context's sake.
Does not like
I'm
this
saying-
last cat.
Let's just say that my sister's cat defies the laws of science.
How
And
so?
Tens of thousands of dollars have been put towards it.
Not tens of thousands, maybe. We'll just say
10 of thousand.
We'll just say thousands of dollars.
But it's definitely over the
High
10 mark.
thousands?
Stop. Stop. Why am I being interrogated?
In the upper teens.
We're just curious. The listeners are curious.
No, I don't think anybody.
I think is only your dad that consulted you about it?
What?
Like nobody else in your family talked to you?
Well, yeah, because Landon and his dad are the ones that have the.
I don't like what's happening right now.
The look on Landon's face is like an animal that's cornered. Like it's just like no escape in the corner, ready to lash out. Like
I phone a friend.
yeah, let's
Lifeline.
let's get your dad on the phone.
Well, your trip sounds like a ball.
It's gonna be a great time.
A blast.
I'm gonna bring the Watchmen graphic novel.
Yeah.
Probably read that on the trip down and there, and on the trip back up. I'm gonna bring my PS Vita. Shout out to the Vita. It's the best handheld out.
That
What
thing's
games
still
are you
alive.
gonna
One good game on
I'm probably gonna play like the rest of Persona 4,
Okay.
and then I have Shovel Knight on it.
Do you like
Ooh, I
Persona
like
4?
Shovel Knight.
Is Persona 4 good?
It's a fine game that I've been playing through for like the past 5 years.
Oh no. I feel
Could you
like there's
do,
always that one game.
Could you do remote play with your PS4?
Where we dropping, boys? This one's
playing
for me.
Warzone on the Vita?
Dude, what if I got
4 frames a second.
get that win? Maybe I'd be unkillable. Like I'm just glitching across the map, like Quicksilver or something. Like that'd be interesting to play. I'm like using the back touchpad for.
Oh gosh.
I can't believe that it has a touchscreen on the back of the system.
I forgot that's a thing.
Yes.
I forget that the Vita even exists.
I think we all forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
I think PlayStation forgot.
PlayStation abandoned it. PlayStation put it down and took it out in the backyard and shot
They
it.
hit that eject button hard. Like they're just like didn't sell well the first couple eject. Like
I think the downfall was that you had to buy their memory cards for it. That was like one of the things. It was like, oh, you can't use an SD card. You have to buy our special Sony like $150 memory card. It was like
So stupid.
There's some decent games on it though, and I bought it at a time that it had like 10 free games.
Mm-hmm.
So I got like the Uncharted game and a bunch of other
Yeah.
like really good, or like I mean, maybe not really good, but like
Really
the
good
best,
for
the best the
portable.
Vita had to offer.
the bar's pretty low, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a few fun games.
Is it? It's all digital, right?
You can put cartridges in it.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Just not the PSP disc thing.
Not that weird thing. No,
Yeah.
they're probably a little bit smaller than an SD card.
Oh, they're like Switch's cartridges. Have you seen a Switch cartridge?
Maybe one.
They're
smaller than a
super
3DS.
duper small.
Yeah.
You own a Switch.
I don't own a Switch.
That's what your dad told me.
What?
What is going on?
What? I don't.
So,
What are you trying to pull right now, man?
Landon and I, we finished the Umbrella Academy season 2.
Yes. Yeah.
Great
What
show.
did Dad tell you that I finished that?
I watched it with your dad. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited for season 3.
Honestly,
No spoilers. I just started season 1.
Gosh, you're pathetic.
I started it 3 days ago.
Yeah, but
But the show's been out for over a year.
you've been pathetic for 3 days.
I don't understand. Like me not watching something is making me pathetic. Like,
Yeah,
you don't watch
that's how the
TV.
world works.
yeah. Oh, I
That's
guess
how
I'll
we
have to
judge
be a pathetic
people.
man.
yeah.
Anyway, I liked it. I think I liked the first season better. And I'll be honest, like the last episode, it makes me more excited for season 3.
Yeah.
And cause I enjoyed season 2, but it was getting kind of like, oh, where's this going?
Yeah, this isn't really spoilery, I don't think, but it's a little bit. I mean, the plot is somewhat in line, somewhat with the first season. Would you say? Like it's kind of And I mean, it differentiates enough. There's just some really cool payoffs in the second season.
Yeah.
Whoa! Spoilers.
Okay. I was a fan of the new characters introduced for the most part. I feel like,
I was too. Yeah.
And the existing characters had good development.
Yep.
The cast in itself, all the main characters are fun and likable.
Yeah. It's just such a goofy show, too.
Yep,
like,
it's weird.
Especially
It's
this
super
season.
weird.
This season got even like they goofed it up.
Fishbowl. Like,
I love when he smokes.
yeah. I like this. I don't think this when he's running. No. It's like,
Oh my god.
These out of context spoilers are pretty interesting to hear.
that's not a
Oh, guy runs. Oh my god.
Out of context.
Yeah.
So it's like you guys are talking about what happens, but not actually
Yeah.
mentioning it. It's kind of weird.
yeah. So watch season 1, Will.
Yep.
The fact that you've only watched one episode in 3 days is
That sucks.
I'm a
Sad.
busy man.
no, you're not. You have nothing. You have nothing going on.
Literally.
Have you had anything going on?
Mister,
for the past-
I just watched a 5-hour video on Witcher 4.
Yeah, you watch a 5-hour video review of a game. The first Witcher game probably is only like 20 hours long. You watched a 4-hour review of it. You could have played a fifth of the game.
You could have
like
watched
halfway
4
through the video.
episodes of Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, that's true.
I often judge time. I often judge time at night by how many episodes of a show I can watch. I'm like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. Well, I could probably watch 2. I could probably watch 2 episodes. It's not like 2 hours. So by the time it's 2 episodes of a show.
Mm.
Because I love watching TV.
That's how Dave and I, as kids, we
Blues
Like-
Clues.
got the idea of time. Like, how long is it going to take to get home? 2 Blues Clues.
You're like, ah!
Like, that's so long. Anyway.
Dave's flipping us off from.
No, I would never do that.
So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, I think I'm good.
You know, I feel good. I feel fresh.
Can't wait to watch Umbrella Academy.
I'm probably-
season 1
I'm
by
probably
We
a
could talk
couple
more
minutes
about
away.
Landon's
Golf.
family. I mean, you know.
No. We'll talk more about that after the vacation, which I'm sure I'll have tons of fun stories to talk about.
So I was reading Watchmen and drinking. Then I came home. Then I
was
came back
excited.
home.
I went and got a special bottle of whiskey just for the trip because you can't
Just for you?
just for me. Some other people they can have it, but
You gonna share it with the cat or the dog?
get the dog drunk. That'd be funny.
Yeah, get the dog drunk.
Dude.
And then you can realize how much you guys have in
No.
common, and then you could be good friends.
No, okay. There's this really quick before we go. There was this.
Are you telling me the dog could die?
No. There was this. That reminds me. There was this. Somebody streaming,
Landon, dog murder.
literally streaming on a streaming platform. They take their cat. They take vodka. They pour it down their cat's throat. It was horrible. It's
What
animal.
a terrible way to end this episode, Will. Why'd you bring this up?
because he's talking about feeding the dog vodka. I'm like, don't do that. That's
It's
terrible.
whiskey. I would never give an animal vodka. But with more sophisticated.
Oh my gosh.
Give him a monocle and, it's fine.
I'll pour him an old fashioned.
Smoking jacket.
Yeah.
Well, that's just depressing.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring down the overall tone of the episode.
We'll restart.
Dave, you cool with
Will has coronavirus. What?
Gosh dang it.
Okay, well, anyway, that's the episode for this week.
Yay!
Yay!
Made it.
Dun, 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 dun.
We survived the teleportation, and we're no longer hallucinating and seeing eyeballs
Remember,
and chickens and rainbows.
Go to the Antipode, and you'll be fine. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.